I have a client named Bob. Bob spent a ton of time counting calories, weighing out his food, eating less, and he still struggled to get the body fat off. After working together, Bob had a six-pack. He didn't get there by eating less. He got there by doing the exact opposite of what he was told. If you're over 40 and you feel like you're doing everything right, you're eating less, you're exercising more, and the weight still isn't gonna move, you're gonna wanna watch this video. Hey, what's up? My name is Schuyler Diehm. I'm the founder of Reach Fat Loss and Fitness. Our goal is to help get you in the best possible shape in the most sustainable way possible. As of recording this video, our clients have lost over 5,000 pounds, which I'm so thrilled about. And they've done it without weighing their food, without cutting out their favorite foods in a very sustainable way. Now, in our fat loss program, we work with quite a few middle-aged men and women. And regardless of whether or not people want to admit it, fat loss after 40 does become more difficult. It does become different than before when you were under 40. And so if you're over 40 and you're still playing by those old rules of exercising a ton and eating less, you're not going to be very happy with your results. And we're going to explain why. Now, before we get into it, this is what I do full time, and it just lights me up when I see people escape the diet culture, the yo-yo, the struggling of years and years and years. And so please, if you are struggling to lose fat, head down below this video, grab a complimentary consultation. It is completely free. You talk to me directly, and I want to hear about your lifestyle, what you're struggling with, and then we can map out a game plan of what sustainable fat loss would look like and what working together would look like. Now, here's the deal. After around 40 years old, the rules change. Not mentally, but biologically. At this age, eating less and moving more is not the best strategy because your hormones typically won't cooperate. And in fact, eating less actually isn't solving the problem. Eating less is most of the time making the problem worse. And this is for three very specific reasons. Reason number one is a change in insulin and insulin resistance. What insulin resistance is your body stops responding to insulin properly. Now, insulin is a hormone that your body produces when you have sugar in your blood. So protein, fats, carbs, all of it eventually breaks down to sugar, and it's insulin's job to take the sugar and to push it into your cells. And if your cells are full, then to store it as fat. And what happens is when insulin is chronically elevated, whether that's from overeating, constantly eating, snacking throughout the day, high carbs, high sugar, your body can't turn to body fat for fuel. It can't burn body fat because it's too busy pushing the sugar into body fat. And so what happens is when you jump from your normal diet routine and you eat less, if you don't fix the underlying insulin problem, it's just going to make you miserable. You might drop weight on the scale somewhat quick, but it's most likely going to come from burning muscle, from burning bone, burning pretty much everything except body fat. So the fix here is instead of just focusing on eating less, we want to focus on eating the proper amounts of the right sorts of fuel. We lower insulin through lowering carbs and through adding in periods of fasting so that our body can tap into body fat for fuel. Doing this the right way allows you to consume the same, if not even more calories and more food, but just doing it in a way that affects your body in a positive way. The second reason fat loss becomes harder after 40 is because of cortisol and stress. Now, cortisol is the stress hormone, and when it is chronically elevated, your body tends to store more body fat in the belly area. And what most people end up doing through under eating and through over exercising is elevating their cortisol levels more. This is going to increase their appetite and cause them to store more body fat in that belly area. This is why more exercise and pushing harder in the gym or going for runs can actually backfire, even though you may feel like you're doing better because you're doing more. And so what we want to do here to focus on, again, utilizing insulin from one, but also regulating cortisol and bringing that back to a healthy level is to calm things down. Forms of exercise should be weight training and walking. Weight training is not HIIT workouts, it's not boot camp classes, it's not running, it's not getting your heart rate up, it's keeping things calm, challenging the muscles to build muscle and to grow, but also keeping the heart rate low in the process. Along with that, of course, the solution here is just managing stress inputs, increasing sleep, improving stress management through prayer, journaling, breath work, and if possible, reducing those stressful inputs. The third reason it becomes harder as you age is because it is easier to lose muscle and it is harder to gain muscle. Now, muscle is the fat burning machinery of the body. So the more muscle you have, the higher metabolism your body has. The more energy or calories you're going to be burning naturally to maintain that muscle. And so when you turn 40, yes, you do start to experience muscle loss if you are not actively working on building muscle. This is why weight training is so important, especially especially as you're aging, because the more you age, the more muscle loss you may experience, which can lead to making it harder to get up out of chairs, having muscular issues, injuring yourself more easily. So it's just super important, whether you're trying to lose fat or you're literally just trying to age gracefully, that you include weight training in your routine. And again, if you can pack on muscle as you're aging, your metabolism can actually stay much higher and you can eat more foods and feel better along the way. And then a little bonus for my ladies out there is another thing that happens as you get past that 40 mark is a hormonal shift. What typically happens around this age is estrogen starts to lower, and the lowering of estrogen can actually change where fat is stored on the body. Usually it'll take fat that is in the hips and it'll start to locate it more directly towards the belly. And with this, there's not a hack that will technically change where the fat is distributed. It really is just taking care of yourself in the form of proper nutrition, fasting, weight training, and walking to allow you to have less body fat. So let's bring it back to Bob for a second. So what Bob experienced from going from these intense workouts to rigorously tracking calories, which put him in a very restrictive state of not really going out to eat and just struggling to stay consistent. All I did was take him and put him on a simple 4-day-a-week workout routine, add in some steps each day, add in some strategic flexible fasting to his lifestyle, and focus more on whole foods, and you see the results. It paid off. This is the beauty of what we do. It does not require a rigid, rigorous routine that is super difficult to upkeep, and allow them to drop weight and see better fat loss and health results with less effort than they've tried in the past. So if you're watching this and thinking, this is me, this is where I'm at, I want to invite you to head down below this video to grab a complimentary consultation. You are going to speak with me directly, and I truly want to learn about you. I want to learn about where you're at, what you're struggling with, so that I can help. This lights me up. This is what I do and what I love doing. And whenever we get a new client and they come through the program and they transform their life, it is one of the greatest gifts I could be given. So head down below this video to grab that consultation. And to wrap it up, what we're looking for here for sustainable transformation, sustainable fat loss results, especially after 40, is more walking each day, a simple 3 to 4 day a week weight training routine, 45 minutes a day, nothing more. You don't need to go crazy with the workouts. Fasting, this is not starving yourself. This is giving your body time to process body fat and use it for fuel. And when you do it correctly, it actually feels good. And whole foods. Getting rid of the processed sugar, the processed preservatives, the seed oils, the ingredients that didn't exist 50 years ago. Because guess what? If it didn't exist, our bodies probably don't really know how to handle it that well. This is what we do. And before we want to leave, I just want to share Christine's story. Christine came to us and she was at the point where she was just so done with diet culture. She had gotten weight loss surgery. She had lost a good amount of weight, but was completely plateaued at over 200 pounds. She told me that she knows it's not literally, but it felt like she had literally tried everything, and within a year of working together she was down over 70 pounds. So Christine is the perfect example of working smarter, not harder, of breaking through plateaus and fitting this into her lifestyle, and I would love for you to experience the same. So again, head down below this video for that consultation. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I'm here to help get you in the best shape of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. And with that said, thanks so much for watching. And of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.